Today we're exploring one of the most American places you can find in Mexico, Walmart. But Walmart here in Mexico isn't exactly like you think. So here's the plan. Step 1, find the weird, familiar, and most unexpected items we can find. Step 2, show you what everyday groceries actually cost in Mexico, and we'll reveal the total at the end. Let's head inside. Right off the bat, I don't know why the heck we don't have covered parking like this in Texas, where it gets 110 degrees outside. This is genius.
We have a list. Eggs, milk, bread, cereal, avocados, ground beef, coffee creamer, mayonnaise, deli meat, diapers, laundry detergent, and beer. Are we ready to party or what? There's a lot of different choices. I feel like these are the ones we always get, right?
Yeah.
39 pesos for 1 dozen eggs. These are still on the shelf here. I think once they're refrigerated, they have to stay refrigerated. I'm not a doctor, don't trust me on that advice. But eggs are like shelf stable here. Is that the rule?
What does being a doctor have anything to do with eggs?
I don't want someone eating eggs that aren't refrigerated. Is that right?
The most expensive eggs we can find, free range, 85.5 pesos for a dozen. They're beautiful, they're beautiful. Nice box. Feels like a nice Scotch box. Oftentimes stores will put items that go together, close together. Maybe they'll put the jelly close to the peanut butter. Maybe they'll put, actually that's the only example I have. But check this out, strawberries, blackberries, blueberries, raspberries, tequila. Hey, that's a pretty good pairing. Wow! There is absolutely no shortage of Valentina. Peanut butter, 92 pesos. 92 pesos, I said that really weird. 92 pesos for peanut butter, which we actually do not have on the list. But if we were buying peanut butter, I would not get this one because I like crunchy peanut butter.
Ew.
But I wanted a 92 pesos peanut butter. I keep saying this strange. Peanut butter is like a super American thing. We could not find this when we lived in Europe. They do have it here in Mexico.
For 92 pesos.
For 92 pesos, they have it here in Mexico. Bimbo white bread, 52 pesos. Pretty good bread selection, right? Whenever we first moved to Mexico in 2016, one of the most difficult things in transitioning to life here was whenever we'd go to the store, we would often shop like we were in the United States. We would shop for the things we were used to buying in Gringolandia, and it was super frustrating because oftentimes we couldn't find the particular things that we were looking for. That was almost a decade ago, 9 years ago. One of the things I feel like I remember wanting when we first moved was like pre-made brownie mix, and I'm sure they had it somewhere at a store, but you definitely couldn't find things like this at Walmart in Mexico back then. I don't think. We definitely didn't find it. Also, chocolate chips. We could not find chocolate chips. However, now they have dark chocolate, regular chocolate chips, and 0 sugar chocolate chips. Times are a-changing. Times are a-changing. I feel like an old man.
Would you pay 142 pesos for that bag of chocolate chips?
Oh, wow. 142 pesos for this?
No, let me tell you. No.
Under the right circumstances,
No.
I would talk to my accountant.
And she would say no.
Oh.
I'm gonna check out the cafe here, but look what I see. Exclusive checkout line.
Quiero un espresso doble, por favor. Gracias. 24 pesos for a double espresso. Now that's everyday low prices.
Oh my gosh.
Sounds like a Walmart ad.
Now your jokes are rolling back.
Walmart, please sponsor us. We need the money. It's actually not bad.
Really?
I assumed, I mean, it's better than I expected. I would expect Walmart to have like a really bad automatic machine. I mean, she made it by hand. It's not bad.
Is it great value?
It's not con todo, but I mean, I feel like in town, this would probably cost 3 times as much. So think about how much more you could get caffeinated, how much more caffeinated you could get if you came to Walmart instead.
I'll check out the tequila. Jose Cuervo, 429 pesos. Don Julio, 679 pesos. Over here we have Patrón, 775 pesos. Here's the cheap version. It actually comes with like a little like get one free thing. 195 pesos. I can't have any of this. If I were choosing, I would go for Herradura.
I'm not seeing any 1 gallon milks like you would typically get in the US. Lots of half gallons from Lala for 49 pesos. But actually, we're gonna get some shelf stable milk if we can find it. Powdered milk, never had that. Actually not too big of a section here, but we are looking for a different kind of milk.
Shelf-stable milk, I feel like, is a really big here. I don't know if that many people drink shelf-stable milk in the US, but we've adapted to shelf-stable milk. So this is 1.5 liters. This is turning into a math video. 1.5 liters, which I think is approximately a half gallon.
Just under half a gallon.
We'll say it's a half gallon. 52 pesos whole milk.
I have never noticed this before. Wow. This is just a bag of milk. Seems very impractical, hard to use. Or maybe it's perfect. I don't want to be quick to judge. I was quick to judge. I've never known. Have you seen this before? There's also bags of bags. I feel like Mexico loves putting things in bags like this. Salsa, agua fresca,
But also no plastic.
but also hashtag sin popote.
I'm looking for coffee creamer. Good old American coffee creamer. Like International Delight, flavored to the max, all the additives, all of that. I've been looking for coffee creamer in Mexico for 10 years. Still haven't found it. Actually, that's not true. I have found coffee creamer before, but then I get sticker shock because it's like $10. So luckily, Walmart's taking the decision out of my hands because I don't see coffee creamer anywhere. Kefir? Kefir? Oh,
You
coffee
found,
creamer, but it says like with real cream, simple ingredients. No,
really?
I want like International Delight
How much is that?
syrup and additives. But this is 120 pesos. Actually, that does look pretty good.
Honestly, I'm just impressed that there's Chobani coffee creamer here. There's also oat milk. They didn't have that in 2016.
While the creamer section is underwhelming, the yogurt section is overwhelming. They have a little bit of yogurt here. Okay, not so bad, not so bad. Here they have a little bit of yogurt on the end cap. Okay, that's a decent yogurt selection, except for this entire aisle is yogurt. Mexicans love yogurt, apparently, because the yogurt aisle is maybe the most impressive thing I've ever seen in my life.
We've got Ben & Jerry's for typically $197, on sale for $171. Also, Tajín flavored ice cream. That's gonna be a no for me, big dog. 114 pesos, good price. Strange flavor.
It's not a good price. Your accountant says no to both of those.
114. I don't feel like $5, $6 is that bad for this, or is it? Am I out of touch? Do I not know prices? Doesn't look like anybody's been buying this.
Tajín is all over this Walmart. Look at this. Mini Tajíns. That is the most adorable thing I've ever seen. Also, Tajín, like sweet tamarind. Wow, this is adorable.
Next on the list, lunch meat. A lot of FUD here. Never seen that in the US.
Is it just me or does FUD need a rebranding?
FUD needs a rebranding. Yep. And there goes any potential sponsorships with FUD. Food sounds better than FUD.
That's true.
Maybe we need a rebranding. To be quite honest with you, we don't really buy much lunch meat in Mexico. Haven't found one that we just like really at all. Always a little bit confused too by what the meat is. Are we all confused by what deli meat is? It just tastes good and you just accept it, kind of like a hot dog. Like you don't want to really know what's in there.
You don't ask questions?
Pechuga de pavo, 60 pesos. Okay, here's what's confusing. What is jamón de pavo? I understand jamón to be ham, pavo to mean turkey.
It's turkey ham.
I think what it means is that it's ham. It's ham. What it means is that it's ham. It is not pavo. Do not get confused by the word pavo in here. I think it means it's ham deli style. That's my understanding. Not a fan of ham. Not a fan of jamón de pavo. Or FUD. Sorry, FUD.
Turkey meat.
100% de pavo.
Your mind is blown. I can tell.
This is why we don't really get lunch meat. I literally don't know. Why does it say jamón? Maybe it's turkey
Ham.
deli style. Either way, you know what I don't see? I don't see bologna. I mean, I haven't had bologna in a long time, but I grew up on bologna sandwiches, and I don't see any bologna here. You didn't? Are you above bologna?
Greg is asking. He found someone to help explain the difference between pechuga de pavo
Okay. Entonces,
and
¿qué
jamón de
significa la
pavo.
palabra jamón en jamón de pavo? ¿O por qué dice jamón de pavo? Sí, de pavo.
Jamón de pavo es como, ¿cómo te diré?
I don't know whether to feel proud or embarrassed that we don't understand how this works, but
Está bien.
Pero sí,
Greg is asking for a lesson back here. Oh wow, can't send us anywhere.
Okay. 60 pesos for pechuga de pavo. We had a great discussion with our friends back there.
I was not a part of that.
I think she was really intrigued by my question of what does jamón mean in jamón de pavo, because something she had never thought about before. Here's the answer. Jamón in jamón de pavo means it's dark meat, it's white meat, it's like all mixed from the pavo, from the turkey. Pechuga de pavo is just chicken breast, turkey breast. It's only white meat. Jamón in jamón de pavo refers to the fact that it's not only white meat.
Kind of like bologna.
Kind of like bologna.
The thing about being pregnant is even things like grocery store shopping is like, I feel like I'm running a marathon. My heart rate was 109 a second ago. This is my personal favorite section in any grocery store, the panaderia. It's like a bakery. I feel like these exist in the U.S. in Walmarts and grocery stores, right? They have little bakeries.
Yeah.
But they're not as good as this one.
They're not Mexican.
They're not Mexican.
Easy.
It's almost like if you buy 5 donuts, you get one free.
6 for 49 pesos.
That's actually not that good of a deal.
Is it not?
No.
We paid 30 at the beach the other day for one.
That's true. I feel like the bread section fears a pregnant lady. The bread section's worst nightmare. That's what you want.
That's what I want.
You gotta go for the one biggest in the back. No one's coughed on it yet. What? Everyone thinks that.
29.5 pesos for 2 pieces.
I'm worth it. Did you get anything? My favorite thing about Mexico, reasonably priced avocados. You suckers in the US, no, I'm just kidding. No, avocados in the US can be really expensive, and they might be about to get even more expensive, who knows? But avocados from Mexico, isn't that a song?
Yeah.
Avocados from Mexico. These are 94 pesos a kilo. That's a lot of math for my American brain. We're just gonna get 3. I'm gonna choose 3 for good for in a day or 2 from now. Let's see, 3 weighs 500 grams.
Half a kilo.
This is about 1 pound. Am I doing this right?
We'll just do 94 divided by 2.
94 divided, you do 94 divided by 2.
Let him on the spot here. Well, if it was 100 divided by 2, it'd be 50, but it's minus
3.
12.
What?
Minus 3.
Minus 12?
Well, 94 is 6 less than 100.
Okay.
So minus 12 would be 82. 88. 88.
94 divided by 2 is not 88.
Yeah, what am I doing here? Math is not my strong
When Greg
suit.
turned off the camera, he said, I guarantee it's not 47. Just like that.
Did not say it just
He
like
literally pulled up the calculator, and guess what? It's 47.
47. 47.
47 pesos for 1 pound of avocados.
I don't feel like that's that good, actually. I don't feel like
it's too much math for my brain right now.
I feel like you could go to H-E-B and probably get avocados for this price.
But it says low prices every day.
It's just not striking me as a good deal.
Uh-oh.
We hear it in the comments.
This is what authentically is used in Mexico in place of creamer. Evaporated milk. I've come to love it. It's not international delight, but we are international, and it is a delight to my morning, so it's what we're working with. I know. I'm not mad, I'm a little disappointed, but 10 years later, I've come to just accept that evaporated milk is coffee creamer. I know, it's disappointing, I know.
If you come to Mexico and you've never had Marias, get Marias. Even if you're not coming to Mexico, they sell these in the States for sure. Get Marias. That one's a little, don't get that bag though. Oh yeah, that's why. Marias, 20 pesos. Cheerios, 77 pesos. Seems a little expensive to me, but I'm very out of touch. And honestly, don't we all think everything seems a little expensive now? Right? No? What? You have something to say?
I think what makes you out of touch is you're showing the price of regular Cheerios. No one I know eats regular Cheerios.
Literally,
Honey
we
Nut.
buy it.
Honey Nut or bust. I said Honey Nut or bust, but then I saw apple cinnamon. Actually, these are on sale. 61 pesos. No, just nobody gets the regular Cheerios. You get Honey Nut, which I guess have rebranded to just honey. They dropped the nut. We're gonna go apple cinnamon. 61 pesos.
One thing you'll not see at a Walmart in Mexico are characters on the cereal boxes. Just a little glimpse of Toucan Sam here. I think it's against the law. It's like a Mexican rule. You can see this one, Lucky Charm, I don't know his name, has been covered up. His face and hands are covered up. There is no Tony the Tiger. There's here, they're sucaritas instead of Frosted Flakes. No Flintstones on the Fruity Pebbles. I mean, it's honestly, it's probably a really good law to protect children. But I feel like something's missing.
Atún Dolores.
This whole section is all mayonnaise, starting with light mayonnaise, chipotle mayonnaise. We have the Clásica mayonnaise. I feel like when we first moved here, it was actually hard to find regular mayonnaise and not mayonnaise con limon. We have mayonnaise in a jar. We've got mayonnaise in bags. We've got mayonnaise in jumbo bags. This whole thing is mayonnaise, and I feel like McCormick is dominating mayonnaise con limon. We have small, medium, large, in plastic containers. When I think of Mexican food, I don't necessarily think of mayonnaise. I mean, I know there's like elotes and stuff that use mayonnaise. I didn't realize Mexicans use this much mayonnaise, but clearly they do. I forgot we actually needed to buy mayonnaise. 46 pesos for Hellman's, or for McCormick, if we can find one sin limon. This whole section right here is con limon. Okay, maybe McCormick is not an option. This is literally the only one I can find without limon.
This is how grocery shopping or doing anything with a pregnant person is. Every like 5 minutes, I have to stop on my hands and my knees because I'm so tired. But then someone comes down the aisle and I feel like it looks like I'm about to puke or faint. So then I just reach one hand out and act like I'm looking at whatever's on the bottom shelf. But how long can a girl look at chicken broth? A long time, a long time. We need the big one.
Also in bags, ketchup. You know, it seems strange. I do feel like with this nozzle is actually not terrible. 30 pesos for name brand, or 14 for off-brand. Although it's less quantity, so I'm not going to do that math. Plenty of nice ketchup, Heinz. Ketchup in a box. That's going to be a no for me. Ketchup in a box. I feel like ketchup is one of those things that just get the name brand. Same with toilet paper. Don't get the cheapest toilet paper. Don't get the cheapest ketchup. Somehow, cheap ketchup is really, really bad. Am I right?
You're right. You're right, actually.
I feel like a lot of places in Mexico buy cheap ketchup.
And it shows.
And it shows. It shows. Don't buy cheap ketchup. Lots of options. Actually, pretty much just the same option over and over again. Pacifico 6-pack. 120 pesos. Truth be told, we don't really keep any beer at the house. I always just get it out, but 120 pesos divided by 6, you do the math this time.
Approximately 20 pesos.
Approximately 20 pesos of beer.
Exactly 20 pesos. Actually.
Exactly 20 pesos of beer. 86 pesos for Corona Light 6-pack. That's a bargain. That is a bargain. But I like Pacifico better. Next on the list, ground beef. Ground beef, 90-10, 400 grams for 159 pesos. Or we've got 95.5, a little more lean, a little more weight, 470 grams, a little more price, 98.7. I think we're gonna get this one. Yeah, it feels like that should go in a bag, but that's okay. That's all right.
Not on the original list, but I know we need gallon Ziploc bags. This is 20 gallon Ziploc bags, 65 pesos. How did I miss that?
How do you say Ziploc bags in Spanish?
Easy block.
Okay.
Bolsas plásticas, transparentes. Duh. I feel like everyone in the US does pickup now, and honestly the store we typically shop at is much smaller than this, but the choices are a little overwhelming, right? There's different sizes, different brands. It's like maybe I just don't get out much. It's just kind of overwhelming. Do I sound like a grandma yet? Do I sound like a cranky pregnant lady?
7-liter Great value, laundry detergent, 110 pesos. Is this the one?
No, because this is not detergent. This is fabric softener. It says for sensitive skin, but it's not detergent. Actually, funny story. One time in Europe, we washed our clothes for a month. Do you remember this?
I think so.
We washed our clothes for a month straight in nothing but fabric softener. We couldn't find Translate, and we realized at the end of the month that it was like a little too liquidy. It was like too watery and not like soapy. And we realized more soft, but never clean.
We have to. I have to. It's my dirty little secret. Come to Walmart, get a little sniff. Ah.
You're gonna sniff for me.
Let me get another for you. Man, that just, if you're ever missing Mexico, go to your local Walmart and just get a good hit of Fabuloso. Just take a hit, buy some while you're at it. Who's getting the other, just get the OG Fabuloso. Don't get these other flavors. You know what, I haven't even smelled it. Let's see. Let's see, maybe it's better. Yeah, you know, that's not bad. But when I smell this, I smell Mexico. This brings back, this brings a flood of memories to mind.
Feels like home.
Feels like home.
Just like a little quick pass. What's it called when you take like the scenic route? Because
Yeah.
the diapers are back there. We're gonna take the scenic route.
Oh. It's wild that we're gonna have a baby that will fit in these tiny clothes soon.
It's wild. That's adorable.
Is it 400 pesos adorable?
Absolutely not. It ain't that adorable.
Sorry, baby girl.
This ain't my first rodeo having a baby. And they say don't buy very many newborn diapers. That's a lie. Because I guess unless you have a really big baby, but this comes with 20 diapers, 65 pesos, 20 diapers for a newborn. That'll last approximately 2 days. So this is a great start to a new baby.
I'm pretty sure we literally had the same rug growing up. My gosh, that's crazy. Something I find interesting about the refrigerators in Mexico is they have the water dispensers. However, you just fill it up yourself. It's not like connected to a water line at your house. So that's interesting, different. Maybe it's not interesting. Maybe that's not interesting at all. I find that fascinating. But the water dispenser is actually kind of small, right? Growing up, I thought if you had a refrigerator with a water dispenser, you were rich. That was my level of if you were rich or not, is if you had a refrigerator with water dispenser. Most things in Mexico are typically cheaper, except electronics. Electronics are almost always more expensive. I think it has to do with import taxes and tariffs and all of that stuff. Not the new tariffs that have been in the news, just things like trade agreements that have been in, on the trade agreements that have existed for a long time. Usually they're 16 to 20% more expensive here than they are in the US. So typically actually we don't buy electronics or we need any camera equipment, work equipment, filming equipment. Almost never buy it in Mexico because it's more expensive. Xbox Series S. 7,000 pesos, 6,990. I don't even know if this is the latest one or not. I have no idea. I'm not gonna lie, if you're coming to Vallarta, Walmart is actually a pretty good place to buy a souvenir. I mean, if you're looking for if you're just looking for a cheap, typical kind of souvenir, honestly, I'd come to Walmart before I went to the souvenir shops on the Malecon. It's kind of a weird memory, kind of a weird souvenir, but save some money. Do not be confused. These are not the same as Doritos nacho cheese. These are just nacho A little spicier than nacho cheese. You've been warned. They're not too spicy, but they are spicier. Sabritas, Flamin' Hot Cheetos, 12 pesos. Is it just me or do they not sell chips this size anymore in the States? I remember these as a kid, but I feel like the biggest ones they sell, or the smallest ones they sell now, are like family size.
Normal me wouldn't actually go to this reserved checkout, the exclusive checkout line, for just feeling like I'm inconveniencing other people. But today I am really struggling, and I'm not just a little pregnant, I'm a lot pregnant. So today's the day.
Is anybody working this line?
Oh yeah, no, the line's closed. What kind of exclusive line is this? Oh.
Rotisserie chicken, 137 pesos. 2 hot dogs,
Oh.
25 pesos.
Oh. No. No.
Do you think that's jamon or pavo?
Probably neither.
How much do you think this is gonna cost? Price is Right rules, you can't go over.
Okay. I've been sitting with a cart for 20 minutes, so I've actually had a lot of
You've
time
been cheating.
to think. No, I've thought
Okay,
through this. Though.
okay.
My guess is 642 pesos.
Okay, that's your final. We're going Price is Right rules?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go, you said 642?
This is not fair because you're missing.
643.
No.
643, Bob.
No.
643.
What's your real guess?
I think it's gonna cost closer to 800.
Okay, 642, 800.
No, 643 is the final guess. You heard it here. Lock it in, Bob. $873 pesos. And that, my friends, is Walmart in Mexico. Vegetarian.
I don't know if this is because I'm pregnant or just half stupid all the time, but what does that mean? Does that mean that the chickens were vegetarians? Do chickens even eat meat normally? Oh my gosh.
You're cut off. For the low, low price of 28,490 pesos, you can walk away with a motorcycle. Please,
No.
please, it would be our life would be so much better if we got one of these.
Okay, bye.